Welcome to another wonderful edition of the Amazons and Afripreneur interview series from the stable of Agbari Multimedia Company, where we showcase, as usual, and we celebrate Amazons and Afripreneurs on the African continent. Like I always say every week, our mission is to inspire you into greatness as we celebrate the winning Amazons and Afripreneurs in Africa. If you have any questions, of course, please kindly drop them in the comment section and we'll surely get back to you. But today is an exciting day because I'm here with an Amazon that has distinguished herself in the business world. But before bringing her here, let's listen to her bio. I'll be right back.
Abimbola Omotosho was born in Chicago, Illinois in the US. She relocated to Nigeria at age 4 with her parents. She grew up in Ibadan and went to school in Oyo State. Abimbola Omotosho is an alumnus of the University of Lagos, where she had her first and second degree. She started her career in oil field. She worked for Texaco, also a certified teacher in the state of Georgia, USA. She teaches at Fulton County Schools. She was also the past treasurer, secretary of the Rotary Passport Club of Detroit, Michigan, past secretary, membership chairperson, Rotary Passport Club, Global, Canada, president, Unilag Alumni Association, North America, first president of class 89 to 91 alumni set, Unilag, these amongst many others. She saw a brilliant business opportunity which she took advantage of back in Nigeria. The venture proved to be very rewarding. A fashion outfit named Glamorous Place. She is the MD CEO of Glamorous Place, a fashion house that was bettered by accident and started on the $300 note and has been running for over 30 years. She over the years have 5 outlets in Okpebi, Oslo Way, 1004 Flats, Port Harcourt, and Victoria Island. Abimbola has developed her own business ethics, which she referred to as 7 poles of business. These are 1. Great flexibility. 2. Making small profit margin. 3. Establishing customer data. 4. Treating the customer as king. 5. Placing quality before quantity. 6. Moving with the trend. And 7. Being consistent in all things. She is blessed with a wonderful husband and 3 great sons.
Welcome again, Mrs. Abimbola Omotosho, Mama Boys, if I could do that. And I feel so honored to interview you because just listening to your bio can be a bit intimidating. But then, did we miss out any little tiny detail on the bio? Anything you would like to add?
No, you've done a good job. Just to mention a few is what I would like to add.
Kindly add them. Love to hear.
I think I'm from the Rotary Club, the Passport Club, which is in Detroit, USA. And I was also part of the Rotary Club in Canada. I was secretary, treasurer, membership chair, and also president-elect. I hold Rotary in high esteem. I know they mentioned the class of 89. I was the founder of the group, and we have exploded to over 300 in number from just the core friends that we founded it together. Also, I've been in search committees, the search committee at the St. Aidan's Episcopal Church here in Alpharetta, Georgia. I think I'll stop there so I stop blowing my trumpet.
Intimidating, I must say. You're a people's person.
I am.
So any intentions to do politics? Because most politicians don't even do what you do, and it seems like you're a born leader. You've always done, led and headed social groups. Any intention to take it further?
I don't think so. I mean, the narrative needs to be changed. It'd be nice for upright and people with integrity to step up, but the game is too dirty for my liking. I don't want to find myself in a rubble.
Yes.
So I'm really hopeful that someday people who have values would be able to participate without fear of being stained.
What I like the most about your bio is, that you founded the Glamour Space. Can we, can you share how it started, especially because you said it started by accident? And these days, most people think, you must write down every tiny detail, research it before you find a business. Talk less of finding a business by accident and ending up with four branches in choice areas. How did you start the journey?
Thank you. So I started my journey on a family premise um, choice, let me say, because I was working with Texaco Nigeria Limited, and I got married, got pregnant with my first son. And because I was born in the United States, I wanted to accord him the same opportunity. So I decided to have him in the US. And upon coming back, my husband, who was a general manager at EcoBank then, he did not want his children raised by housemates. And we had to leave the house early every day, both of us. So we had to make a choice, and the choice was for me to step down and take care of the children. My mom, who was a professional too, she worked for National Bank. She couldn't come stay. My mother-in-law couldn't come stay, so we had to take care of our business. And so when I went to have him, I just bought a few things. My mom also does business on the side, and I think I got the acumen from her. And sold to my colleagues, and that's how I started, from selling in the office, stepping down. I started selling in my car. My husband got me a shop, and that's how the journey began. It started all of $300 that I used to invest for the
Can you
first
imagine that?
market purchase.
Starting from the car to several shops across major cities in Nigeria, that is a
Mhm.
major inspiration for whoever is listening. I feel inspired already. And your years at Texaco, what exactly would you say were the core lessons that you picked as first as an employee, then to an owner of your own business, to employing others? What would you say are the core some lessons or core lessons that you picked from being that journey, that period of time that you brought into your business?
Thank you again, Nima. Very brilliant question. Thank you for that question. And it takes me down memory lane to remember my bosses. I was in the office with four vibrant young men starting their career. One of them in blessed memory, TTO, Uncle Taye Orishadafo. Um, and they just put me on my feet and made me very responsible at an early age. I served there and they retained me. And I would say, to answer your question, teamwork, teamwork. Nobody is too little in the team and nobody is too high in the team. Everybody has something to offer, and teamwork gets the job done.
Africa and most parts of the world, standards are being lowered daily. You started a business, even though by accident, is a success today. How have you been able to maintain standards, to keep up with the standard? And how would you advise we bring back excellence into our daily lives and activities in Africa?
Um, like you said, standards have dropped significantly, but I have an advantage because what I do is foreign. So you can, the standards there are pretty consistent. So the standards in terms of human resources is what I have to work on. So I train my staff. Customer is king. There's zero tolerance for low customer service. We keep to the genuinity of the items. I don't cut corners. Um, I try to be modest with my purchases. I don't buy because it's beautiful only. I also consider the cost effectiveness because I know that I have to change back to Naira. The Naira value has dropped and the resources for the buyers has not increased. So I, put everything into consideration before I stock up my store. So that has helped me to maintain status quo and the quality. I don't go out to invest on things that I take very careful consideration for how I invest the business money. I put things that are of most priority first before any fancy gains. So I hope that answers your question.
So let's move to you being the president of the Unilag Alumni North America. Kindly explain the role that you play as a president and how well do you think that role should be played? Also, do you have any challenges and how do you celebrate your successes?
So Unilag alumni Unilag alumni came out of me being passionate about what I do. Like I said, we started a group of friends that were on campus together, and that group became relevant to the institution because we didn't just come together as friends over the years. We started looking at things we could do for Unilag. And when we did the things, when we figured out what they needed, we went ahead and helped out. We fed 5,000 indigent students. We created mentorship awareness. We bought fans for the hostels and so on and so forth. So in doing all of those, the institution administration recognized us and they encouraged us to join the larger body, which is how I got involved with the larger body under the presidency of Dr. John Momo. And because I live in Atlanta and I run my business in Nigeria, we have homes in both places. I got involved with the American chapter, and I guess things just moved fast, and the next thing I found myself was president.
Thank you so much, bro. So I'll go on a very, very short break to give us time to catch our breath, and then right after we'll come back. Just a short musical break. I'll be right back. Welcome back, and I still have with me Mrs. Abimbola Omotosho. Now, what caught me in your bio still is business because I'm a struggling businesswoman. I'm struggling daily. And you have done exceptionally well in your business. So many would wonder how, especially because you do this business and run it here in Nigeria. You didn't pick the easy cities. You picked Lagos, three locations in Lagos. You picked Port Harcourt. There must be something you can share with people like me, on your strategies, the risk that you've faced, and some challenges I'm sure you have in business. So can you share with me some of that? And let me see if you can help me.
Again, so these come pitches, so we'll just have to deal with that. Yes, I was
Yes.
saying that where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So that's one of my driving forces. I have a will to make things work. Secondly, is I love people. I love to be around people. And this business has availed me that opportunity to mingle with a lot of professionals. Um, Talking about how I've been able to manage it, it's been challenging because of the inconsistency and unstable currency we have in Nigeria. That has been my major challenge. When the currency gets devalued, it means that the stock gets devalued, and the stock we get from foreign currency, to be precise, the United States dollars. Um, I used to shop in Europe, so I also used to have need of euros and pound sterling. So all those things have been a challenge when there's a disrupt in the exchange rate. Talking about how have I been able to maintain status quo standards? I make sure that I don't cut corners. I make sure that people get value for their money because I work hard for my money and I hate to spend a miss. So, we're talking about the originals, talking about the price. I make sure my prices are competitive. I shop wise, considering my people. So all those have put together and made a success core. I've had challenges with staff. Again, the environment has produced people who don't want to work. They're just there about the money. But I train them to love what they do. And at the end of the day, I've produced quite a few success stories from my staff strength.
Thank you, ma. And although I understand that you said you had to start Glamour House out of family a family need, but you didn't sustain it just because it was a family need. What exactly brought about your passion for fashion? Is there something in your background, something that informed your constant standards of quality that you maintained?
My mom, anywhere she appeared, she stood out. When standing out, she's outstanding. She has a delectable quality of choice, not about the price. She's not a designer person who buys expensive, but everything she picks out is outstanding. So I think I got that from her. She's just simple but beautiful at all times. And also, like I said, when she was working at National Bank, we grew up in Ibadan, City of the Hills, and she had a shop. And they had just brought us back from the United States then. And she had to dash out and she left me in the store. And somebody came in and wanted to buy a crib. She had a children's shop. She wanted to buy a white crib. The only crib, a crib is a baby bed. The only crib in the shop. And I knew when she ordered the bed and I knew the price she paid for it. And the lady asked for the price and I said the price that my mom paid for it. And she had brought out the money and mom came back and was like, wow, this is not the price. And so that was my first lesson about business. You don't sell at the selling
Yes.
price, profit on it, and it becomes,
Yes.
you don't sell at cost price, you have a selling price, you put a profit, and it becomes the selling price. So I didn't hear the last of that. They didn't leave me in the shop alone by myself anymore. And so that,
I don't blame them. But it's great. It's great that you learned practically. You know,
yes, and through practice and
I say it's beautiful that you learned practically on the field. Yes.
yeah. Another
So I
strategy,
love that story.
yeah.
Yes.
My aunt of blessed memory, Mrs. Yemi Akere, she had a store in Unilag. Now she has several stores all over Lagos. And she kept talking about how you can share with your community and make life better for everyone is by being considerate and reducing your profit. It's not about the profit, it's about the volume. So her prices were competitive in Akoka then on campus that people had to drive into campus to shop from her. She had a supermarket. So when I started my business, I was going to take that cue from her and it worked. So in the workforce, in the professional setting in Lagos, we're well known for suits at the
I
best
learned
price
something.
regionals of it. I also started out with bankers, my husband being a banker. So all the bankers,
Great lesson.
I have clientele across the banking sector and then the oil sector too, because I started out with the oil sector. So Mobile, Total, they are all my customers today, till date. And even their children, because again, 30 years, some of us have most of our children are professionals. We've passed out them, they shop at Glamour.
I love that. I love, and I'm certainly going to start doing the competitive pricing thing. I think volume, not huge profits, is what will drive
Yeah.
my business. I sell rice, and
Oh,
I have
really?
rice in my car all the way. Yes, I
Oh,
do.
cool.
But
So
local
I should
rice, I sell local.
maybe
So
for
I would like to ask, your definition of success and failure. I would like to see
okay. So success is somebody who is well-rounded, somebody who is
in
upright.
anything that
Yes, well-rounded in a successful mother would be a mother who gets it all round. It's so most people think success is about money. No, it's not about money. Yoruba say, "Tí ọba ń wówó lọ, tó bá bá iyì lọ́nà." I don't know the, but what it means is money is not it. It's the honor that you get. When you're a well-rounded person, you're well respected. So that would be a success story for me. Yeah, money can be helpful, but it's not the primary thing for me. Primary thing is uprightness, integrity, hard work, looking out for others, compassion, and all the likes of the good adjectives. A there is no failing story because in every failure you learn and you can make the best out of it. But for people who are lazy, laid back, arrogant, people who like to cheat, take advantage of people, and that I can classify as a failing person.
I love that. Also, I would like you to advise young ones who would like to be an Abimbola or Motosho in future, and they are just stepping into campus for the first time. What choices would you say they should make or take while on campus now that they're younger undergrads?
Okay, good question. Again, stepping stones, building blocks. They should have a focus. They should have an aim, an objective. They should be steadfast. Um, so one step at a time. These days we find fast routes and people who just want to take the fast lane. At the end of the day, it's not beneficial. Earn your um, earn your values and your qualifications. Earn them with hard work. Earn them with consistency. Earn them with integrity.
Great one. I hope anybody watching heard that. So earn, and including your respect as well. Young girls say these days, I'm a belle, I'm made for soft life, I deserve everything, but nobody wants to earn what they think they deserve.
Yeah.
So great advice that. Thank you
When
so much, Ma.
when we were growing up, when we were at Unilag, we did earn it. You had to do your studies, you had to do your research, you had to do what was required of you. I am blessed to have gone to quality schools at the time. I went to staff school UI. My dad was a lecturer. I went to staff school Ife. He went from University of Ibadan to University of Ife, then University of Ife. And then they took me to Sacred Heart Primary School because my dad used to move around a lot. And then I found myself at Federal Government Girls College, Oyo. When we did the common entrance, I was picked from 5 different prime schools. Federal Government Girls College, Oyo picked me, which was unusual. Federal Government Girls College, Akure picked me, St. Louis, Ondo. Yeah, so I was doing it.
Pulling you from all sides.
Yes, my parents drove me all over the place for interviews. And then I had potential from the beginning and I did not step on my potential. What we find these days are people with potential, but they step their potentials down because they want to have the easy way. If you work on your potential, you will be a well-rounded person, solid person, solid-minded and all that good stuff. But that's not what we find. I encourage people to look for their potential and step it up. I ended up with ISI, International School Ibadan, before coming to Unilag. And all those values from the foundation that I got, of course, from my crèche in the US in Chicago, everything came together to help me be successful at Unilag. When I got to Unilag, was my first free time in life. So I grew up in Ibadan. So at first I felt like the freedom feather, like a bird that you let loose. So I was just doing my thing. But then the foundation that I had been laid for me caught up on me. And then I started to focus. I would not go to school. I had a lot of provisions. My parents made me comfortable. So sometimes comfort can
Please
um,
distract.
distract you from taking you from where you're supposed to be to where you need to be. But then, the foundation and those uprightness and integrity and all those core values will walk you back to the right direction.
Great. I love that. Thank you so much, Ma. But do you mind sharing if you have your social media handles, your mentoring group, anyone,
Yeah.
anyway, any young person who would like you to mentor them would be able to reach out to you.
So talking about mentorship, my friends that we started the group together, we came up with a mentorship program at Unilag under the tutelage of Professor Oluwatoyin Ogudupe, who was a VC at the time. We, over 30 of us, picked 30 students that we mentored for a year. And those students have become success stories. Some of them working in the banks, they're doing well. Some of them doing their businesses. It's just been a phenomenal encounter, a phenomenal experience. Um, those success stories well from our mentees becoming what we wanted and intended them to be. It was not financial. I tried to take things away from the financial perspective because in Nigeria, everything has been monetized. We just imbibed core values in them, taught them how, what to expect after campus, taught them how to stay focused on campus, taught them what really makes a man or a woman when they grow on to adults, and so on and so forth. I'm proud about that. Unfortunately, that program is over, but there's no, if we come up with any other program, I'll let you. I'm also involved with the mentor in the United States here, where you take a child from a dysfunctional setting and you support that child get the core values that they need that they couldn't get at home. So those are the mentorship opportunities that I've been privileged to participate.
Okay, I love that. Thank you so much, Ma. But do you mind sharing your social media handles?
Also, we have
Take a
Glamour
speaker.
Place,
You have
Instagram,
Glamour?
Glamorous Place,
Okay.
On Facebook. My staff run those. I'm not really a social media person. I mean,
Okay.
lot of gains and losses from the social media. But yeah, we do have handles. That's not our primary source of business. Like I said, referral has been our key thing. People who buy from us who are satisfied, and then there's a chain of positive reaction. They buy, they tell another person, those buy, and then it becomes like a spread out cobweb, something
Yeah.
spreading out. And then, that's how we have about 5,300 customers today over the years from
Around.
Bama.
Yes.
Many
That's huge.
have children who have graduated, some have even gotten married, and now they are customers. So it's like a family chain too, a glamour.
Yes. And I'll be joining quickly again. I know
Yeah.
I have been at one of your store. I think your solo way one. But I'll be joining quickly again
And
because I
oh
bought
dear,
quality things for my kids.
I would like to fund your first purchase.
Oh, great. Okay, I'll let you know as soon as I come back to the store. Thank you so much, ma. On behalf of Agbari Multimedia, I want to say thank you for your time and those impactful counsel. I hope young ones are listening, and I hope this interview goes viral because it's very inspirational to me, and I hope that young ones listening also are inspired. Thank you, ma'am. And I hope when we come again with our Wahala, you join and have an interview with us again.
Absolutely. I would be
Thank you so
delighted. I don't want to leave without talking about my team. Teamwork is very important. At the North American chapter, I have a wonderful team. There is no me as the president of Unilag Alumni North American chapter. Without them, we work together, we got each other's back. Um, there is no FinSec, there is no secretary because the secretary can step in for the FinSec can step in for the secretary. There's no, the president can step in for the VP can step in for the PRO. So teamwork is very important. I take that very personal. I'm a team player and it has worked for me. So I encourage anybody out there, do not bring down each other. Instead, build up each other, lift each other
much.
up. It does work wonders. We are looking for fast fixes or trying to defend ourselves. Defend your partner, defend your coworker, defend your team, and you would see that there is much more value and productivity from it than going the other route.
Thank you so much. And again, you dropped the biggest of them now. Do not bring each other down. Instead,
Mm.
lift each other up. Teamwork is very important. And
Yeah,
highlight the best qualities of your team. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. I'd love to have an interview with you again, and I hope that it'll be very soon.
thank you. Do I get to give final words?
Yes, please.
So my final words, especially to my fellow Nigerians, is we have only one country. That only one country. For instance, I'm blessed. I have a dual citizenship. I have two countries, and what do? I take the best of both countries. America has is a wonderful place, heaven on earth, but it does have its downsides, and I do not participate with that. I look up and take the best of it, go to Nigeria and look up and take the best of it. We have a family oriented um, environment in Nigeria. We look out for each other. There's a lot of compassion. So what am I saying? Be patriotic. Look at the values of your country. Amplify them. Whatever is not right, yes, we still need to identify them, and then we minimize them. um, the environment in Nigeria, unfortunately, has gone to a very wonderful state. We all need to build it back together. It's our responsibility.
Yes.
How do we build it back together? Integrity, loyalty, patriotism, honesty, hard work, compassion. I see the slide of compassion going down, and that used to be one of the biggest strengths I had as a Nigerian. We are in this together. We need to build the country together. Everyone is responsible, not just the leadership, even the people. Every day is important. Every hour is magnificent. So we need to come together and bring a better future for our youth, our children, and build a better Nigeria. Nigeria is a country filled with resources, human resources. An average Nigerian is very intelligent. We stand out. Where others are outstanding, we stand out. Where others are standing, we're outstanding. We're very intelligent. God blessed us, especially with sound minds and active brains. How else? We're talking about natural resources. I don't think there's any country out there that has as much natural resources as Nigeria has. Every angle you look at, you see something planted with blessings. So how come we're living in so much poverty and I could use the word perish? So we need to stand up. We need to make the best of what God has given us. We need to use our talents, treasure, and time. We need to be upright. We need to be active. We need to neglect this fast paced route and go back to the building blocks, go back to the stepping stones, and make the best of what God has given
Yes.
us. The last I checked, we have gold in Nigeria, we have timber in Nigeria, we have cocoa in Nigeria, we have cola nuts in Nigeria, we have bittermon in Nigeria, we have even diamonds in Nigeria. We have uh, crops, we have
Yes.
tropical fruits, we have tubers, we have grains, name it. It's planted in Nigeria. We're supposed to put this together and maximize it. The country where I also belong to, They don't have the amount of resources we have in Nigeria, but they have the right organizational skills and they maximize every little potential they have. So why can't we do that? I see a better Nigeria if we all participate, if every one of the 200 million is active positively, if the environment is soaked with the right atmosphere and with the right charge, we would do wonders in Nigeria. I think Nigeria is the most populated Black country. Black is beautiful. We have values. We have
Yes,
core
indeed.
values. We have talents. So we should use that to advantage. I wish that this was the situation. I pray that it gets better. Every voice counts. I want people to amplify everything that I've said, and I want it to stink well for everyone to use. It starts from little things like our WhatsApp groups. If you see there's anything corrosive or poisonous, be the positive one. Be the one to bring charge, better vibes. There's so much animosity out there. We certainly can do better. Thank you, Nima. Can you hear me?
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. And in fact, I should have just let you talk more on that, but so we're out of time. But I'm very grateful that we could even tap into that. I hope when this entire interview is out, that will be the highlight of the interview. And I must say thank you again on behalf of my employers, Agbari Multimedia, and I hope that we'll see you again soon. Thank you, Ma.
I have fallen in love with you, just so you know. I'm a lover of, but you
Yeah, I'm in love with you right back.
have tender personality, calm, cool, and collected. These are the values we're looking at. People out there are arrogant these days. I cannot stop. I'm sorry. People out there are aggressive. We've lost all those values that I grew up knowing. So please keep it up, Emma. It's a pleasure, a delight, and a privilege to be on the same forum with you, talking to each other. Thank you.
Thank
My
you so much, Ma.
time
Thank you for the compliment too.
is
Thank you.
done talking. I like to
Thank
talk. I'm
you.
sure you see that.
Yeah, I love talking to you. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. All right, Ma.
Bye
I'll
bye.
take you off the interview now. Bye
I
bye. Bye.
have a great holiday season. Happy.
And so that is it. Thank you for listening, and I hope you are inspired by today's interview. And to our fans out there, thank you for listening. Like I said earlier, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media handles: Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. I just could not get enough of Mrs. Omotosho on this interview. I'd love to see her again, especially concerning, leadership and how and followership in Nigeria. We need such resources. Thank you so much for listening. Till I come your way again, I'm Nima Akashat Zibiri. Be inspired by today's interview and get ready to be the next Amazon and Afripreneur to be celebrated on this platform. Bye.